Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, fellow students. I hope each and every one of you is doing just fine. And once more, I am delighted to reach out to you guys via this media. I'm teacher Ojong Elvis, can also call me teacher Roger, your English teacher. Hope we are doing fine and keeping safe from COVID. Okay, I would like each and every one of you to have a book and a pen for the lessons. Take down notes when and where necessary. Without much ado, I'm going to share my screen. And last week, we were talking about holiday. So, what did we talk about holiday? We talked about what we take along with us while going on holiday. Where do we go on holiday? What do we do on holiday? So a good number of activities are being done while on holiday. So we're going to look into that today. However, we said on holiday, while going holiday, we have to take a passport, a ticket, be it a plane ticket, especially in an event that we're going to another country, a luggage, some money, a phone, and other things that we deem necessary for us. Okay, so today we are going to be talking on the topic, where did you go? Everybody repeat after me. Where did you go? One more time. Where did you go? Yeah, where did you go here simply means during holiday, which places did you go to, or where did you travel to during your holiday? Okay. Before we go into the lesson proper, let's listen to a holiday song. Are you ready? Oh, yes, I am ready. Okay, and here we go.
Summer is the hottest of all seasons. You can have ice cream without any reason. Nights are short and days are long. Time for holidays to sing a travel song. The sun shines so bright and the blue sky. Keep sipping water as your throat is dry. Bathing in the rivers or the city pool. Eat watermelon to keep you cool. Summer is the hottest of all seasons. You can have ice cream without any reason. Summer is the hottest of all seasons. You can have ice cream without any reason. Nights are short and days are long. Time for holidays to sing a travel song. The sun shines so bright in the blue sky. Keep sipping water as your throat is dry. Bathing in the rivers or the city pool. Eat watermelons to keep you cool. Summer is the hottest of all seasons. You can have ice cream without any reason.
Okay.
Thank you for watching. Don't forget to click the subscribe.
Summer is the hottest of all season. Eat ice cream to keep cold. You can eat watermelon to keep cold. Eat ice cream, and we have shorter days and longer night. Those are the characteristics of summer. With that, we are going to move to our very first slide. Where did you go? Where did you go during your summer holiday? In this slide, we are going to listen and complete the passage. We're going to listen and complete the passage. So let's listen together.
Students Book, Unit 4, Lesson 2. Exercise 2. Listen and order the pictures. Now I'm in London. Yesterday morning, I went to the British Museum. It was crowded. There were so many people. I was bored. In the afternoon, I visit my uncle at his farm. We had dinner with him. Tomorrow, I'm going to go camping with my cousins. I'm going to have lots of fun.
All right. Yesterday, I went to the Dutch. It was Dutch. There were so many people. I was Dutch. In the afternoon, I visited my uncle at his Dutch. We had dinner with him. Tomorrow, I'm going to go Dutch. So we are going to listen again, and this time around, make sure we fill the gaps after this.
Exercise 2. Listen and order the pictures. Now I'm in London. Yesterday morning, I went to the British Museum. It was crowded. There were so many people. I was bored. In the afternoon, I visit my uncle at his farm. We had dinner with him. Tomorrow, I'm going to go camping with my cousins. I'm going to have lots of fun.
All right, so that was it. Yesterday, I went to the, what is your answer? Did you write down the answer? If you did, let's find out if it is correct or not. So yesterday, I went to the museum. So museum is the first answer. It was, what is your answer? Crowded. Crowded meaning there were so many people there. It was crowded. There were so many people. I was bored. Bored. In the afternoon, I visited my uncle at his farm. We had dinner with him. Tomorrow, I'm going to go camping with my cousins. Tomorrow, I'm going to go camping with my cousins. All right, so now let's review this slide from the beginning. Yesterday, I went to the museum. Repeat after me. Yesterday, I went to the museum. It was crowded. There were so many people. I was bored. In the afternoon, I visited my uncle at his farm. We had dinner with him. Tomorrow, I'm going to go camping. Okay, that's good. That's excellent. Make sure you read through this slide until you are able to understand it properly. We move to our next slide. And here, we are going to have to listen and match. So we have Ben, me, Anne, and Harry. We are going to listen and match the activity that each and every one of these names be. We are going to match with a stroke. Just like draw a line to match the activities. Okay, let's do the first round.
Yes, I did.
Word 1. Did you have a nice holiday, Ben?
Ben.
Yes, I did.
Where did you go?
I went to London.
What did you do there?
I visited the British Museum.
2. And how about you, May? Did you have a nice holiday?
Of course, I did.
Where did you go?
I went to my uncle's farm. It was great.
What did you do at the farm?
I gave food to the chicken.
3. Anna, what did you do on holiday?
I went to the mountains with my family.
Did you go climbing there?
Yes, I did. It was fantastic.
4. Now, Harry, did you have a nice holiday?
Yes, I did.
What did you do?
I went to Australia and watched some koalas.
All right. So that is the first listening. We are going to do the second listening. This time around, try to match the picture with the activity that each of these persons did. After that, we will check the right answers together.
Listen and match.
1. Did you have a nice holiday, Ben?
Yes, I did.
Where did you go?
I went to London.
What did you do there?
I visited the British Museum.
2.
2. And how about you, May? Did you have a nice holiday?
Of course, I did.
Where did you go?
I went to my uncle's farm. It was great.
What did you do at the farm?
I gave food to the chicken.
3. Anna, what did you do on holiday?
I went to the mountains with my family.
Did you go climbing there?
Yes, I did. It was fantastic.
4. Now, Harry, did you have a nice holiday?
Yes, I did.
What did you do?
I went to Australia and watched some koalas.
All right. So now let's check our answers if we have it correct. Number 1, Ben went to the British Museum. Correct. Number 2, May, she went to the uncle's farm. She fed the chicken. Number 3, Anna went to the mountains with the family. And number 4, Harry went to Australia to see the koalas. All right, so I hope you check your answers and you are sure if you're correct. If you are incorrect, you could go back, re-listen the activity until you are able to understand how we match them appropriately with the correct answers. With this, let's go to our next slide. Thank you. Here we are going to change the verbs into past tense. Change your verbs into past tense. We're going to change the verbs into past tense. So the verb go, what is the past tense of go? Is what? When. What is the past tense of travel? It's traveled. What's the past tense of stay? Stayed. What's the past tense of be? Was. What's the past tense of buy? Bought. What's the past tense of eat? Ate. What's the past tense of see? Saw. What's the past tense of love? Loved. What's the past tense of be? Was. Okay, so let's try to see if we could change these verbs into their past tense. I dashed to Hong Kong with my family last year. So what is the correct form of verb that is supposed to be here? Can you try? Okay, so the correct form of verb is I went. See, I went to Hong Kong with my family last year. Okay. We, what do we have here? Can you try? Okay, that's good. We traveled with ED, L-L-E-D. We traveled by plane and we stay. What's the past tense of stay? Stayed, and we stayed. So we have that stayed. And we stayed in a hotel in the center of the city. The shops in Hong Kong, B, what do we have here? Was great. I buy. So what is the past tense of buy? Bought. I bought 3 t-shirts and a pair of jeans. I bought 3 t-shirts and a pair of jeans. What is the past tense of eat? Ate. I ate lots of hamburgers and hot dogs. I ate lots of hamburgers and hot dog. So have it there, ate. One evening, we, what's the past tense of see? We saw a play at a theater. We saw a play at a theater. I loved with ED. I loved it because there was my favorite actor in it. So this is how we put it using their past tense. Now let's read it all together. I read with me, listen, repeat, and say after me. I went to Hong Kong with my family last year. We traveled by plane and we stayed in a hotel in the center of the city. The shops in Hong Kong was great. I bought 3 t-shirts and a pair of jeans. I ate lots of hamburgers and hot dogs. One evening, we saw a play at a theater. I loved it because there was my favorite actor in it. All right, so that is it. Let's read it through and make sure we have it correctly and we understand the content of this slide. Thank you. With that, we move to our next slide. Here, we're going to match the questions with the answers. We're going to match the questions with the answers. So the questions are, what was the weather like? Repeat after me, please. What was the weather like? Where did you go on holiday? What did you do there? Did you have a good time? Okay, so those are the questions. Now we're going to match them with the answers. Now, the answer here is, I went to the mountains. I went to the mountains. So what's the question? The question should be, where did you go on holiday? Okay, our question should be, where did you go on holiday? Let's find out. So that is it. Where did you go on holiday? I went to the mountains. And here I said, I went cycling. So what's the question? Can you check? We have 1, 2, 3 remaining. So what's the question? So our question would be, what did you do there? What did you do there? Okay. I went cycling. That's good. And next, the answer is yes, I did. So what's the question? Can you guess? Can you try? What's the question? Yes, I did. What is going to be the question? We'll have it. Did you have a good time? Did you have a good time? So that would be our question. Did you have a good time? Yes, I did. Okay, and here the answer is it was warm and sunny. It was warm and sunny. What's the question? The question would be, what was the weather like? What was the weather like? So we're going to have it there. What was the weather like? It was warm and sunny. Okay, now let's go through the conversation again one more time. Where did you go on holiday? I went to the mountains. What did you do there? I went cycling. Did you have a good time? Yes, I did. What was the weather like? It was warm and sunny. All right, that is it for this slide. It's a short and a brief conversation. Try to master it and exercise it too. Here, we're going to be involved with asking and answering. It's a group work. Did you have a nice holiday? Yes, I did. Where did you go? I went to the mountains. Oh, really? How was it? It was great. So it's just a short, brief conversation. In a classroom situation, we are going to have a pairing activity, but here we can't because it's online and it's a video. We'll move to this part. Here we're going to read the postcard and answer the questions. Dear Mary, you read and repeat after me. Listen and repeat after me, please. Dear Mary, how are you? I'm having a great time in Paris. The weather is warm and sunny here. Yesterday morning, I visited the Eiffel Tower. There were lots of people, but the view was fantastic. I took lots of photos. In the afternoon, I went to the museum. It was great. Tomorrow, I'm going to visit Disneyland. I'm going to have a good time there. See you soon. Love, Kathy. All right, let's look at the questions and try to answer them. Where is Kathy? Where is Kathy? She's in Paris. She's in Paris. Okay. What is the weather like there? What is the weather like there? It's warm and sunny. It's warm and sunny. What did Kathy do yesterday? What did Kathy do yesterday? She visited the Eiffel Tower. She visited the Eiffel Tower. What is she going to do tomorrow? What is she going to do tomorrow? She's going to visit Disneyland. She's going to visit Disneyland. Does Kathy like her holiday? Does Kathy like her holiday? Yes, she does. Yes, she does. Okay. So this is the questions and the possible answers with regards to the paragraph about Kathy. With this, we come to the end of our lesson for today. I hope we all did enjoy the lesson. Hope to see you again next week. Have a great and a nice time. Goodbye to you all.